The National Ploughing Championships 2013 in Ratheniska, County Laois. It's a week out from the Sheahan referendum. We're in the midst of a campaign that has generally failed to engage with the public. There's been a general lack of debate and an enormous level of disinterest that we haven't seen for quite some time. We've been speaking to people here to ask them their views on the Sheahan referendum, how they reckon they're going to vote, if they're going to vote, and what compelling arguments have been put forward, if any, that will influence how they act next Friday. Sean, we're a week out from the Sheahan referendum on its abolition. Are you anxious about it, or have you made up your mind yet what way you're going to vote?
I'm not anxious, but I think I'd vote to abolish it.
Okay, and why do you think you'd vote to abolish it at this point?
Well, I'm sick of politicians, basically. We have enough politicians in the country. We haven't enough local politicians. Power is devolved to Dublin, so I reckon we need more local and better local politicians.
Okay. So you will vote next week. Do you think enough members of the public are going to vote, or do you expect the turnout's going to be low?
I think there's complete apathy there about voting. I think people aren't interested in voting, and I think they'll be lucky to be 30% vote.
I think we could do without the Sheahan at this stage. I believe we have enough politics in the country without the Sheahan.
Okay, so you'll be voting yes then to abolish the Sheahan next week?
Yeah, I will.
And do you think, has there been much engagement amongst the public on it? Have you heard much talk about it, or do you think it's a very, very lacklustre campaign?
Very lacklustre, I would say. Yeah, no, nothing about it at all, only whatever leaflets we're getting through the post box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you blame the political system for that, not engaging, or do you just think people don't really care about this, and not an issue that they're engaging on?
I say people don't care. I say people have the idea that they would like to get rid of the Sheahan. But it's only in the last couple of weeks that the no vote is really putting in a bit of a push to retain the Sheahan. But for ordinary people, I don't think it makes much difference. Okay.
And that's why you'll be voting yes next week then?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. You've obviously put some thought to it in your own head anyway about how you believe.
I'm around long enough to know that we don't need it.
Okay.
I think we have enough in Dáil Éireann to run the country.
I don't understand it enough yet to make a decision.
And have you been impressed by the level of debate that's happened so far?
It seems to really go from public point of view that there should not be a Sheahan.
Yes, I've cast my mind. I think the Sheahan is just a waste of our
taxpayers' money.
State money. I think that they're only a crowd of lame ducks.
And what's your own view at this point of the week out?
My opinion is exactly the same. Get rid of them taxpayers' money going to waste when we have a major problem in this country, short of Gardaí and a lot of violence in the country and homelessness. And that money should be put to better use and to help children that are being abused and whatever. And I have that opinion all the time. It's not just because I'm speaking there. I genuinely feel that. I mean, why do we need them? We've the biggest government in Europe, haven't we? Haven't we a bigger government than Canada? What do we need it for anyway? They're sitting there doing nothing, in my opinion.
Yeah, we had on this morning the news that they haven't enough TDs in the Dáil. And how many have Sheahan, have they?
Yeah, absolutely.
And have you been impressed by the level of debate on the issue so far, or has it been too little?
I think the Dáil should be reformed too and cut back.
There's a lot of cutting back they could do up there, and a lot of money could be saved, and a lot of money could be saved several places. If people went in and looked like the health service as well, you're not interested in that, I'm sure, but the health service, a lot of money going to waste everywhere. And I know people complain about the health service, but actually I need them a lot, and they're very good. But I say there's a lot of money going to waste in this country, and if they start looking at it, they will save billions instead of taking it off of the poor.
The problem is that they have no power, like. What are they there for?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. If you were getting a wage and you're doing nothing for it, would you feel ashamed?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that too. That's what I think. Yeah.
I was looking at the Sheahan there one night, and just when the camera was turned on the Sheahan, there were 3 women and they asleep. Asleep.
Yeah, that's actually true, though. That's true.
God,
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And they snoring.
Yeah, no, it's
a crowd of lame ducks. That's all it is.
Next Friday, the votes on the 2 referenda will take place. One to abolish or retain Sheahan Éireann, and a second to decide on whether to set up a court of civil appeal. Whatever your view, whatever you do, make sure you go out and cast your vote to have your say in 2013.